Need and want are two very different things. You want a stylish two-door coupe to make you look rakish and cool, but you need a sensible hatchback for your job and growing family. What, I hear you ask, should you do?
Well, the go-to option is the Audi A5 Sportback. It offers coupe styling, 5-door practicality, and most importantly, that badge, which tells all your colleagues and neighbours that you are one of life's winners.
That's all very well and good, but what if you find the Audi a bit, well, predictable? If you do, then there is an alternative, the Kia Stinger.
So, two cars with very different appeal, but which is best?
To find out, we're going to look at the interiors, driving and practicality of each car before finishing up with a little Parker's drag race. Before we do any of that though, do be sure to like this video and subscribe to the Parker's channel for more car reviews and exciting twin tests just like this one.
Don't forget to log on to parkers.co.uk for the most comprehensive and up-to-date review of both of these cars.
Now we'll start in the Stinger, and first impressions are very good. The driving position is low and there's a good long bonnet out in front of you, which makes you feel like you're in something quite special. The seats are very comfortable and the headrest is quite plump as well, which is nice on long journeys. Overall, the ergonomics are actually very well thought out. It's similar to the Audi in here. The cup holders, the gear lever, all the heating controls are in a similar sort of position. One thing where it differs from the Audi though is outright quality. Don't get me wrong, everything feels well built in here. It feels like it will last for the 7-year warranty. But that final feeling of quality, especially in the buttons, just isn't quite up there with the Audi. It doesn't feel quite as special or quite as premium. There are more buttons in here than in the Audi, but that's not necessarily a bad thing because it means you don't have to delve into the infotainment system, which isn't the easiest to use to switch around all the vital settings. Storage space is actually pretty good. You've got nice cup holders in the middle here of different sizes. There's plenty of room in the glove box and in the door pockets as well. One final thing, if you're the kind of person that likes to show off your car key in the pub, the Kia has the Audi beaten all ends up. This is the Kia key. It's lovely sort of trigger design where you can open and close it like that with the buttons on here, and compare it to the Audi's plasticky item. This leather-bound, aluminium-looking Kia key is far more premium item.
Now, the driving position of the Audi isn't quite as low down and sporty as the Kia's, but for all other intents and purposes, it's kind of got this section of the test sewn up. The quality of the materials is just so much nicer to look at and feel, and it's so solid in here. It doesn't feel like it's been put together from different bits and bobs, more that it's been hewn from a single piece of granite. Now, the button layout is restrained, but that doesn't mean that there isn't any space for flair. There's this customizable strip lighting, these really cool haptic controls, and the elegant sweep of air vent across the dashboard too. Right, first things first, Kia Stinger. James, what's it like to drive?
Well, this is a rear-wheel drive car. It doesn't matter that it's the 2.2 litre 200 horsepower diesel spec model. It's still rear-wheel drive and it's still great fun to drive. The steering's nicely weighted, it's accurate, and there's bags of grip as well.
While I agree with you, how important do you think fun is in a car like this that needs to just basically be very good day to day?
I mean, yes, the ride is a little bit jiggly at low speed, and the tyre roar at higher speed is quite intrusive, certainly more so than the Audi. But you know, when you're on your way home and you hit your favourite roundabout or your favourite bit of twisty road, this is where this car comes alive over the A5.
One more thing, can you just accelerate for me? Why is it making that noise?
Yeah, it's not as refined as the Audi, is it? It really does start to boom at around 3,500 to 4,000, but driver enjoyment, fun, all those things.
Yeah, fair enough. Right, with that in mind, should we go drive the A5? Let's do that.
So here we are in the Audi A5 Sportback. Adam, you're driving. Tell us what it's like.
Well, look, as we've already discussed, it's not as much fun as the Kia, but what it does do is all the day-to-day stuff exceptionally well. And I know that sounds boring, but it's actually a really underrated trait that I really value in something like a family car. The controls are really light, the gearbox is basically telepathic, and this 190 horsepower diesel engine does pretty much everything you need out of your A5 Sportback.
Fair enough. This car's fitted with Quattro all-wheel drive, Audi's famed all-wheel drive system. Is it worth the extra cash?
I don't know whether I would bother, quite frankly. It's probably really useful in the winter if you're slightly nervous about going out in the ice and snow, but I reckon just chuck some winter tyres on a two-wheel drive car and you've pretty much got everything covered.
Fair enough. All right then, let's go and have a look at the practicality.
Both cars offer decent, almost saloon-like head and legroom in the back, despite the coupe roofline, and are easily accessed thanks to their 5 doors. You also get a large tailgate and boot space to spare, with 406 litres in the Kia and 480 litres in the A5 Sportback. That's the same as the A4 Saloon. The Audi also has a much sturdier, business-like parcel shelf, while the Stinger's is a little bit flimsy.
We're going to do something a little bit different with this drag race. Instead of just firing both cars off down the runway as fast as possible, it's going to be more relevant to the real world, in theory at least. So we both need to open the boots, put our luggage in, fold the rear seats down and program the sat-navs to Buckingham Palace, and then fire off down the runway as fast as possible.
James, you know I've got 2 kids, don't you?
Yes.
You've basically described my every Saturday morning.
Yes, okay, whatever. Anyway, if you want to see a proper drag race without any of that stuff beforehand, click on the link in the top right-hand corner of the screen where you will see exactly that.
Off to you.
All right.
Yes, I have absolutely rinsed him there with that getting the seats down in the boot manoeuvre.
Ah, right, Buckingham Palace, engine on.
Here we go. I'm not really even going to rush, to be honest with you, because I've got Audi's excellent MMI sat-nav here. All you have to do, type in where you want to go using your finger on this touchpad.
Nav, let's go POI.
Buckingham, there it is, Palace.
Points of...
I have just absolutely ruined him, and he's off.
Oh. Oh, he's gone. Yeah, Audi infotainment systems, it's probably one of their strongest part. Oh, Jesus. Buckingham Antiques? Buckingham Aquatics? No, Buckingham Palace. Right. Drive, seatbelt, safety. Go. Drive, go. So, decision time. Adam, which car is best?
The Audi.
Why?
Well, I mean, every reason. The engine, the gearbox, styling, tech, it's cheaper.
It is cheaper. As you can see from our finance figures on screen, the Audi has the advantage over the Kia, although in GT Line S spec, this car does have much more equipment as standard. It's also got a 7-year warranty, it's better looking in my opinion, and it's more fun to drive too.
I will give you that, and to go back to the office, I'm going to take the Kia.
Well, there you go.
However, for the weekend, I want the Audi. And I don't care about the 7-year warranty because I've got a 3-year PCP.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, the Audi it is the better car. It's the more complete all-rounder. I think we can agree on that. Although, if you don't agree, do let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the Parker's channel.